PDCA. Plan, do, check, act. Plan. Plan the strategy, the processes, products and services necessary to achieve the results intended. Define the resources needed. Do. Put the plan into action. Design, develop and test the products and services. Gather the data needed to determine whether the product or service does the job required. Check. Analyse the data collected in the do step and evaluate against expectations. Act. Make decisions based on facts as to whether the products and services meet requirements. Determine corrective actions to improve on any aspects that do not meet expectations. The Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle was first proposed for industry by Walter Shewhart in the 1930s. Shewhart was an American physicist, engineer and statistician. He based the cycle on the scientific method developed by Francis Bacon in the 17th century. The scientific method generally comprises 4 steps: hypothesis, experiment, evaluation, improvement. This is the process that has been used for centuries, by which people have been able to systematically pursue knowledge and understanding of the universe. Dr. Edwards Deming was so impressed with Shewhart's work that he took the Shewhart cycle to Japan. Deming made a significant contribution to Japan's reputation for innovative, high-quality products and economic power. Deming was an American statistician, professor, author and lecturer in quality assurance. He promoted the cycle so widely and actively that it became known around the world as the Deming cycle. The Deming cycle, or PDCA, should be repeated again and again to achieve the benefit of continual improvement. As an example, what if you had the job of designing a new car and getting it on the road? You would have to plan the design of the concept, the body shape, the engine and powertrain, the interior space and the electronic control systems. You would also have to plan the resources you would need, from the premises and equipment to the people you would need and the finances. To do the job, you would need to bring together all the teams and resources for them to do the job and manage the effort from cutting metal to installing the electrics. Each part of the workload would be monitored and certain measurements would be made to ensure that the work is going ahead as planned. When the whole PDCA cycle is repeated, it is here that changes would be implemented, changes that came up for consideration in the act step of the cycle. The check phase overlaps the do phase because, as the teams do their jobs and parts of the car are put together, operation of each unit and the operation of the whole subsystems are checked. Information gathered from each of the checks is compiled and analysed to provide meaningful guidance for the next step. Even if the design of the car is not completely new, the leaders of the organisation must act on the information they receive that tells them where they must at least fine-tune their plans and operations and find gaps in understanding. The requirement was to design and build a new car, and that must have included some improvement over existing designs, or what would be the point? So leaders must identify further work to improve, as well as corrective action to move the design forward. This takes us back to the top of the loop to plan the next phase.